It was my last game actually at the University of Arizona, and it was the first bowl game in 10 years for the University of Arizona. It was the Vegas Bowl. We won there. But what was most important was I was in Vegas. Yeah.
What was it?
At 19, 20 years old.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it was fun. It was really fun. It was the first time. I was still too young, though, so I didn't really get to experience Vegas like that. Yeah. But I was trying to. I was trying to.
Now, what was in that gift bag?
The gift bag? Oh, shit, I don't know, dude. That was like 15 years ago.
I never went to a bowl game, and I always wanted to know.
You went to Kent.
I always wanted to know because you'd hear about like guys go to the bowl games and get like an Xbox,
PlayStation. We got a PlayStation.
You got a fucking PlayStation.
And I actually sold it. What was that website? Craigslist.
Yeah.
My friend sold it for me. No, it was Nintendo Wii. My friend sold it to me because I had no money. I was like, yo, I don't really play video games. We actually had one system already. We played Halo 24/7 on Xbox. And I was like, I don't need this Nintendo Wii. He sold it for me on Craigslist for the amount that it goes for in stores. I threw him like $50 and I had like another $200 to buy people beer.
You know what? I bet you if the NCAA knew about that, he would have got fucking fined. Fined. What
it was a gift. You're allowed to sell a gift.
Are you? But that's how crazy.
I mean, I sold it like 2 months
after. You're out here selling Wiis, and you go to a college players the players lot now. All you see is Lamborghinis. These little fucking college kids. It's crazy. Rob's over here trying to get $50 from a Craigslist. All
I needed was $15 a week, and I was satisfied. It got the job done.
What did it get you?
It got me a 30-pack, and it got me lunch. That's all I needed. That's all I needed, folks.
Protein shake and a 30-pack.
Protein shakes and beers.
Now, did you just get the protein shakes back at the facility?
Well, actually, yeah. I got the protein shakes at the facility and a dinner, which I would bring back as well. We would stack up the to-goes, so then we would have kind of like a extra lunch or a dinner that night, the next night as well, just in case if we needed some backup food. Beers and the food, but dang, I forgot. Now I know why I had no money. That's where I was going. I had no money in college because my brother and we put all our money together. I was left in our bank account. We bought a hot tub the first 3 weeks we were at the University of Arizona. Literally, we drained our bank accounts. They were at $0. Yep. What was the moment that Tom made you the most annoyed?
Oh my God, when I would return punts, like. I remember my rookie year. It was the freaking preseason game. It was my first punt return, and there was a repunt. And I ended up housing the second one, but the first one, I see Tom on the sideline, and he's got a little anxiety because it's his first game from his knee. So he was like coaching me up on how to return a punt. And he's like, just get upfield. Just get upfield. I'm sitting there, and I'm looking at him like, fuck this guy. This guy has never done this. He does not know what I'm feeling right now. I was so annoyed with them. And then they repunted it, and I housed it, and I fucking slammed the ball against the thing. I was fired up, and I was so annoyed with them. I was like, this guy he's never felt what it feels to when the guys are running full speed. This is new to me. I never felt it either at the time. So I was like, fuck this guy. Let me do what I got to do. He doesn't know how to run. And I was so annoyed with him.
I'll tell you mine.
What was yours?
When I was a rookie and I couldn't get outside of the defender on a flag route, which is a corner route. So you run about 10, 12 yards and you give a little stick and you break it 45 degrees and run a corner route. And the defender was always outside of me sitting at like squatting at 10 yards. And he's always says, get outside. If you have a flag route, corner route, you got to get outside of the defender or else I will never throw you the freaking ball. So I was a rookie. I was kind of like clunky, so I wasn't really that athletic as a rookie. I wasn't running routes
tired.
So right.
We had double days and shit.
Yeah, I was tired as well. I couldn't get outside. And in practice, I didn't get outside of the guy. He's like 2-3 yards outside of me too. And I'm trying to fake him like I'm going inside and trying to get around him on the corner. And Brady just turns around in the meeting because it's on film. And he turns around and he goes, Gronk, I'm fucking done throwing you the ball. I told you 50 times to get outside. You're not getting outside. And like I got all sad. And LG Crumpler started patting my leg. And he's like, it's okay, Gronk. He doesn't mean it. And I was like, yeah, he does, LG. He means it, man. He means it. And let me tell you, this time you fucking throwing me the ball like 1,000 times after. So I knew he was right. I knew he was all bullshit, Tom, telling me he was never going to throw me the ball again. I was literally like, but that fired me up. I was like, oh, all right, I'm going to show this guy. But that's the leadership he had. He was brutally honest.
Brutally honest.
And he would freaking get you to go to the next level. which was crazy. He was so good at it. But I was so annoyed because I couldn't get outside the guy. I'm like, I want to be like, Tom, run the freaking route. I guarantee you can't get outside the guy either. He's 3 yards outside of me. And then if I got outside of him, it was basically like an out route I was running because I would have to flatten it so much. So I couldn't really run the corner route.
Then you get the other responsibility of the other guy.
But he just wanted to get
because the defender in practice is playing the play.
Yeah, and he knew the play. He just wanted to get the point across.
Yeah.
Like, so it was just always in my memory. And every time I ran a route, it was kind of just like on autopilot just to get outside of the defender. So I was annoyed at that, with that situation. But, times have changed. I started running routes where I would go inside the guy and then he would still throw me the ball as well later on because he's like, all right, he proved it enough that he can do it.
Well, then you guys started throwing the back shoulder shit.
Yeah, and then we started doing all that.
I also used to get really annoyed when in meeting rooms, if he liked you, and this, I felt both of these. I felt when he liked a guy, he would love them up, and then there'd be when Wes was there, I get so annoyed when I would do the exact same thing that Wes would do, and he wouldn't think it was good, and I would get so fucking annoyed with them. But I remember when Wes left, then I was that guy. There was guys trying to do what I would do, and he wouldn't. So I would get annoyed with that so much when he would always bring up babe, just do it a little more like Wessie. He called him Wessie. When he called him Wessie, remember Wessie?
Mm-hmm.
I used to get so annoyed.
You want to know what I would get annoyed with him too? Is we're in the off season. We just ran 50 routes. It's like you and I out there only. We're dead tired. It's 90 degrees outside, middle of the summer. And he'd be like, just one more route. Because he's just throwing the ball. His arm can throw 150 passes a day. And we're running freaking 50 routes. And he'd be one more. So then we would run more. We give it our all. And we're about to throw up. It's middle of the summer. We probably are hungover. He has no clue what that's like. He used to. We
didn't get to see him, though.
And then he became lame. Yeah, he became lame for a couple of years.
Nah, he back in the day.
Right. I guess he wasn't lame. If you're saying he's not lame, he was lame. Okay, say it, Jules.
Well, no, he was lame.
Yeah.
when it came to that, he was lame. But we didn't get him when he was young.
Yeah, I know. He was already 33 when I first met him.
And then
I'm freaking lame at 33 years old. Compared to when I was freaking 21 to 28 years old. You're right.
Because when he was 23, 24, he was the best chugger on the team.
He was.
He was a dude's dude.
So back to the story, he'd be one more. And then you would run one more route and they'd be like, one more. And then you'd just be like, Tom, I'm not effing running one more. I just ran 50 routes. One more, bud, one more. You want to get better? One more. And then it'd be 15 more routes. And then finally it was the last one.
And it was 50, and then you get to 75. He's like, he just wanted 75 throws.
Yeah.
He wanted 75 throws.
Whatever Tom says, you do.
You got to.
100%.
I remember those days, man. That's what made us great, though.
I have the perfect scenario where it's the worst place to take a dump, especially for a guy my size, and that's on an airplane in the sky. It's truly impossible for me already to go in there and take a piss at a comfort level. I mean, my elbow's basically sticking out in the hallway of the airplane still, and the door won't even close. You know how you got to close that door for the light to go on? The light's never going on with me in there. And I had to take a dump one time, and I was praying to the Pope that he would pray for me and not the damn Chicago Bears anymore, just to get me through that situation of taking the dump on the plane.
Now, are you calculating?
The worst.
Are you sitting on the toilet I got to do this quick because people definitely saw me go to the bathroom. They definitely saw Rob Gronkowski, a 7-foot man.
I don't care about that situation.
So you're sitting in there long as you can, hairy and fucking Dumb and Dumber, blowing up the bathroom?
I don't care. If I am comfortable enough if someone saw me taking a dump, whippy dippy do. My butt crack has been pulled out plenty of times in games. You know that picture on there. Google it. Gronk's butt crack while getting tackled. The Baltimore Ravens playoff game. My whole ass is showing. Just add a little piece of poop in there, and then you see me pooping. But what I worry about in that bathroom is my butt cheeks hitting that damn toilet seat.
Are you hovering or do you spat?
I'm hovering.
So you're doing a squat the whole time you're shitting?
Yes, that's what makes
You
it
don't
really
spat
difficult.
the toilet?
No, it's not even worth it.
Spatting the toilet, we usually spat your ankles. You put tape
And then
on. You got to put the toilet paper on.
You're also worried
I
about
spat.
turbulence as well while squatting over the toilet. Turbulence is a mine.
Have you ever missed a bowl?
Fuck.
With turbulence?
I never missed a bowl. No, I never actually had.
Oh, my God.
No, I only took a dump one time. And thank you to the Pope. He didn't make any turbulence.
Yeah, that's a tough predicament to take a shit in.
This thing goes viral all over Instagram all the time, where it's a clip of me running over Ray Lewis. But let me get this clear out there. I didn't really technically run over Ray Lewis. I mean, I did in the clip, and people just take it out of context because, on the film directly, you just take that 3 seconds of a clip, and I am running over Ray Lewis. But here's the deal. Here's the situation. It was a passing play, and I was on a route. He was dropping back in the coverage, and I was debating. I had an in cut, 12-yard in cut, and I was debating because he was dropping back, doing his thing, making it hard on myself because, he's very smart of a player, knows how to drop back and get you confused of where he's going. So then it kind of throws you off your route. So I'm like, do I go outside of him because he's dropping out of my zone, out of the area where I got to run the 12-yard in cut, or is he going inside and I should go inside, or should I go outside of him? You know what I'm trying to say, Joe? So I'm debating, and I'm kind of stiff this game. I'm just running straight, and I'm debating, should I go out? Should I go in? Should I go out? Should I go in? And I'm running full speed at him, debating, and then boom, I just clashed right into him. So he wasn't really paying attention to me, and he was looking back at the quarterback. But when I clashed right into him on the passing route, he went flying backwards, and I ran him over. And then I jumped up real quick and acted like I was wide open. So I didn't really run him over.
Did you get a catch?
No, I didn't get a catch either. So it was great coverage by him, actually, to the T, if you ask me. But it's a clip where I'm like, no, it's just taken out of context. I will tell you when I ran someone over.
That's how scary of a guy he is, is where Rob over here ran his ass over. Okay, I don't want to hear it, Ray. He got ran over.
No, I didn't run him over. He was dropping back in coverage, and I just ran my route through him.
He's trying to justify running him over to not make Ray mad at him.
I don't want Ray mad at me. I can tell you that right now. You want to know what's cool? I was in Poland last year, and I swear no one knows me in Poland. It was
you look like every other person.
Yeah, exactly. I loved it. I want to go back tall? Because of that reason. No. Not everyone's tall.
So what are you?
It's a laid back European country. So a lot of these countries in Europe, they're all different styles, even though they're all one in Europe, but they all have their different, it factor. And Poland is really, really laid back and more low key, but beautiful. The nature, the grass, the woods. I mean, it's the most beautiful settings I've ever seen in my life. And now it makes sense why I'm so beautiful now, too, Jules.
Yeah. Now, what was the food like?
Yeah, food was phenomenal. I was eating gas station cheeseburgers left and right. Yeah. A+ grade. Talking no antibiotics in those gas station cheeseburgers. Bread, phenomenal. I was eating them left and right. The mayonnaise, different mayonnaise you would ever have here in the United States.
Aioli, maybe.
Yeah, unbelievable mayonnaise. I'd just be pouring the mayonnaise on, man, on those burgers. Oh,
gas
so
station
good.
Burgers in Poland.
Through the roof. The best.
I got to go to a gas station in
You
Poland
do.
now.
As a burger guy, you have to.
All right, enough said.
Quarter year I played with Randy. I thought he was a great teammate, man. And like you said, I feel like he was misunderstood in the public eye a little bit. He didn't really care about, the glam and all of that. He just rubbed it off his shoulders like it was nothing, like it was water, man. But he cared about being a good guy, and he never thought he was too big for anyone else. I mean, Randy was the best wide receiver in the game at the time, maybe of all time. And he cared about, being relatable to the young bucks.
He did.
He made me feel very warm and welcome.
What did he do
to the New England Patriots when I was there?
What did he do to make you feel warm and welcome?
So Moss always loved, kicking it back, having a conversation with myself when I was a rookie. I was struggling. I was in the playbook like crazy, struggling a little bit, but he just loved how I played the game. And he always imitated me because I was big, I was goofy. And he liked that kind of stuff,
He loved it.
And every time I had a catch or, had a touchdown, I'd be like myself, I'd be giggling like this. He'd be like, dude, bro, you always giggling. You're always having a good time, Gronk. Like, it's cool as shit, man. Cool as shit how you are, man. And I'd be like, it made me feel warm and welcome to be myself on the Patriots. And I'd be like, I always did that on the field. After a catch, I get up. Like, I don't know.
Hyped.
That was just me. I was getting hyped. And Moss was like, man, I like how you do this, man. I like that cool shit how you do that. Like, I'm going to do that after I score a touchdown. I was like, for real? He's like, yeah, I'm going to do that. So what happened? Game number 2.
Buffalo.
Versus Buffalo. He scored 40-yarder post right down the middle, like Randy Moss does, because he's the fastest wide receiver I probably ever seen play the game. Freakish, stride. It looked like he was going slow.
He looked like, but he was just always passing people.
And he was just gliding. It was like a jet ski on water, like on flat surface, just gliding
going
across
70.
the water. Yes, and it didn't look like he was going 70.
No.
But he was going 70, maybe 80.
On water, which is fast.
Yes. So we get to the game, he scores that touchdown, and he starts doing this. Like, he's being Gronk in the end zone, and I'm 21 years old, and this is Randy
Moss.
Frickin' Moss imitating me after one of his touchdowns. I thought it was the coolest thing. I actually never even shared that story with anyone. I'm talking like I never shared that story with a friend, a family member. It's just kind of known within the team, within the team and the organization. So that's one of the coolest stories of all time, about Randy Moss that I have personally. And he just made me feel welcome to the team. And he just made me feel like myself because he just loved how I was and how I played the game. And it was just a special moment, that's for sure.
Did you take food home from the facility when you were playing?
I probably did it a couple times, but it was not a common occurrence.
It wasn't like Gronk, who, if you went to his house, you saw the whole stadium at his fridge?
No.
Okay.
No.
One time I stole a blender.
Stole a blender.
I wanted to make shakes at home, so I was like, yo, I'm taking a blender. And I just took the blender.
Well, I think
they had 15 blenders.
Well, if you announce it, you're not stealing it.
Yeah.
He gave it back.
Right? They gave it to you,
I
right?
still use it to this day, bro. I'm telling you, it's old. It's old. Camille's always like, yo, you got to buy a new blender.
That's a good blender. What brand are we dealing with? That's a long-lasting blender.
It is, man.
Vitamix, probably.
Commercial blender.
There we go.
It's commercial grade, obviously. I don't know the name of it, but we're not going to give them that much credit.
Yeah. We don't need any free advertising.
No.
Right,
No.
there we go.
We would never do that. Make sure I always get paid. I got a little story. My rookie year, it was Pacman Jones out there wide, going one-on-one versus whoever he was covering, and Wes was in the slot. And we did a quick pass to Wes, so at the lined up inside at the tight end position. You know how I bolt out there and I gotta go block the DB. And this is my first game I've ever played, and I saw it was Pacman. And I was like, oh shit, do I really want to block this guy? Like, I don't know what he's gonna do to me. All these stories about Pacman out there talking shit, coming after you, getting under your skin.
That was in the scouting report.
It was. It really was. It was in back of my head. But I was like, screw that. I gotta show my abilities. I gotta do me. So I kind of ran at Pacman, broke down a little bit, got right into his chest, boy. Drove him about 3-4 yards right to the sideline. Wes ran right behind me, scored a touchdown, baby. And I just turned around like, yeah, that's right. I just blocked Pacman Jones, motherfucker. Let's go to the strip club, baby. Rose Sparks are a 2-in-1 prescription treatment for guys who need a game-winning play. They dissolve under the tongue to work in 15 minutes on average after medication dissolved.
In the heat of the moment, we've always been taught to lean on your preparation. And I prepare by having Rose Sparks on hand at all times. Because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Rose Sparks dual action formula contains tadalafil, which stays active in the system for up to 36 hours. No, you don't stay hard the whole time, but when you get aroused, your body can respond. Ro connects guys with a medical provider 100% online, so you don't have to waste your time in waiting rooms. If approved, treatments ship directly to their door. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off your first order of Sparks on a reoccurring plan. Connect with the provider at ro.co/dudes to find out if prescription Rose Sparks are right for you.
That's ro.co/dudes for $15 off your first order.
We actually both got the tap with Wes when we got to go on the boat.
Yeah, we got to go on the Hooters boat.
We went on the
where was
Hooters
this?
yacht.
Yeah, the Hooters yacht. It was
What?
Wes was friends with the Hooters owner or someone big up in the Hooters
Yeah.
world, and the
Nice.
Hooters yacht was in
Boston.
What?
Yeah, in
We had dinner
Seaport
on it.
Park. Yeah, we had dinner and
Wings?
Matt Light was there,
Light.
and that was when I got tapped into kind of the next level of.
I think
all right,
I got
I'm getting
tapped to make
invited
him
now.
feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, that rocks.
So
I was his plus
we went,
one.
We went, and then Matt Light obviously screwed with me. He took my shoes when he left a little bit before me and took my shoes and hit them on like another dock when like freaking 50 feet away. And he sat there the whole time until I left, and he watched me look for my shoes for like 15 minutes. And then he felt bad. And then he came walking over like, Rob, your shoes are over here, man. I was pranking you. Yeah. That's how much he loved me. That that was the first time he felt bad. Instead of sitting there for 3 hours having me look for my shoes,
Barefoot?
he actually came back and was
Rob
like,
would have sat
I
for
hid
3
your
hours
shoes.
to find those shoes too.
Bro, freaking light.
Yeah, Light.
Man, just cruise around Boston Harbor on the Hooters yacht. That's rocks.
It was.
We didn't
No
cruise
shortage
around.
of
It was just
flotation
parked.
devices.
We had dinner
No,
on it.
I thought we cruised.
Did we? Oh,
Yeah, remember
actually,
we went and
you're
saw
right.
we saw the fort.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did cruise.
We
Actually.
cruised it.
But,
it was kind of sick.
That sounds so baller.
It was sick, and that was like the first yacht I've ever been on. I'm like,
Same.
this is like NFL life. Like you can be on yachts. Like this is crazy. But to your point, I know you guys are thinking, was there 100 Hooter girls?
No.
there was no other girls. on
It
the
was just
Hooters
me,
boat.
Rob,
Yes,
Wes, his girl, and Matt Light and his wife.
yes. So
Or
it wasn't like
wives or girl.
wasn't like there
we
was-
were like the together.
Yeah. It was Julian and I were looking at each other as Hooters. Put it that way.
Yeah, we were like, man, this could be so much more fun.
Jules, why did we come? We thought there was going to be like 50 Hooter girls on here, and they're going to serve us
Yeah, and that
chicken
didn't-
wings and
That's the real
burgers.
reason everybody goes to Hooters, the wings, bro.
Yeah, the wings.
It's a family. It's a family.
Is Hooters
establishment.
even around anymore? I thought it went
They're
bankrupt.
making a revamp though.
Oh
I think.
yeah, I think they're around.
They're around.
I think so.
Remember the one we used to
They're
drive by? Where's the one that we used to go by every
Providence?
Providence.
Yeah.
TF.
And that one shut down now.
I've never been to it though. We never went to it, but our bus went by it to the airport every time, and every guy would just be at the locker room like, man, or at the bus window like,
Yeah.
what's Hooters?
Hooters? Should we stop or should we go when we come back? It was the worst Hooters of all time,
Oh.
too. It looked like a dump, but Whippy do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whippy do. It's Hooters.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Yeah, I don't think Hooters goes anymore. There's this new one, and my mom got me. So it's in Florida, and it's Twin Peaks. And
they're
my mom,
popping.
we were sitting at dinner, and she had a friend over, and she's like, she somehow brought up Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks was brought up, and they were cracking jokes about it. And I'm like, what's so funny? Like Twin Peaks, like I don't know, mountains, like I don't know. And then they're like, you don't get it? And I was like, no. And they're like, Twin Peaks. And then my mom was like that, like with her tatas or just show. And I was like, oh, I get it. Two mountains.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, two mountains
right.
that are twinning.
Oh my God.
On a chest. It's kind of like the new upper Hooter. Well, speaking of welcome to the NFL, he gave me my welcome to the NFL dosage of a hit.
When?
Training camp, rookie year. You know the wham block
What's the wham block? Explain
where
it.
they the guard lets the just defensive tackle free. So then he thinks he's going to go get a sack. And then a wham block is when I come across the line of scrimmage at the tight end position when I'm off the ball, and I'm the one that goes and I wham the defensive tackle and try to block him.
It's like a trap for the tight end.
There you go, exactly. And we're trapping the defensive tackle, so he knows it's coming. I mean, this is a specialty play that the New England Patriots been running
9-on-7. They know the fucking script.
well before me. Yeah, it is. It was a 9-on-7. So yeah, the defense does know the script, so they can look really good in the run game throughout that whole period. And I think they also told him this play was coming, being specifically knowing I'm going to block Vince, and they wanted to see my toughness as a rookie. So the play's called. I'm in full pads. You know, I'm like a wham block. I got to show my toughness. I got to show my keeps. I got to get the respect of my fellow teammates, especially the veterans.
Wait. Let me paint the picture also. Rob's a rookie here. V was like the big dog on campus. In practice, no one really gets close to him because you don't want to piss him off. And when you're new, it's like, holy shit, that is a large human being. He's like so big. I think there's like something that orbits him, like on how round he is. Like you didn't want to get in his way. You didn't want to piss him off because he was very intimidating.
Mm-hmm.
Get back to your story.
So the play, gets on its way. I do my little two side steps, on the motion. I'm running full speed right at Vince Wilfork. This guy peeks over to his left. He sees me coming. He has this grin on his face, knowing I was coming. He put his shoulder down. I'm going full speed at him. And he gets that leverage and just tees off on me. I went flying backwards 5 to 6 yards. I didn't even land on my back. He sent me flying in the air where I landed on my feet still.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and that hit hurt like a mother effer. But what's cool is I gained the respect of my teammates. And my coach at that time, tight end coach, in that meeting that day when we went and reviewed the play.
Ferentz?
Brian Ferentz. Love you, Brian Ferentz. He's now at Iowa with his dad doing his thing, doing a good job. He goes, yo, what were you thinking trying to block Vince Wilfork? He goes, you're never going to do that again. I go, thank you.
Did you ever host any recruiting trips with any other NFL guys?
No, not really. So when I was at the University of Arizona, they didn't allow me to host anyone.
Why?
Yeah, I hosted one player, and we got chased by a helicopter.
No, you didn't.
I swear.
What do you mean you got chased by a fucking helicopter?
We got chased by a helicopter. I hid under a car. Yeah, and this recruit was running around with me. He was a top JUCO recruit. I thought I definitely sold him. I thought he was definitely coming to the University of Arizona.
He didn't?
No, he ended up going to Arizona State. Never seen him again until he goes to Arizona State. I was like, I thought he was definitely going to choose the University of Arizona. Like I was like, and then I'm on the Patriots, like 2016 or something. I don't know what year exactly. We signed some guy on the practice squad midseason, a lineman. He comes up to me. He's like, yo, Gronk, remember me? And like, back in my mind, I'm like, I do, but I don't. Because I never seen him again. He left. After that night, he was gone and chose Arizona State, big-time recruit. He's like, yeah, you hosted me at the University of Arizona. And then everything just started clicking. And I was like, oh, my gosh. I was like, how you doing? How you doing? He's like, I'll remember that night for the rest of my life. But I can't believe he went to go be a devil.
Yeah, he can't set foot in Tucson anymore because the goddamn helicopter will chase him. He had to go to Arizona State.
The message of
we should write a movie off that hangover. That's like a hangover shit.
Was
right
basically
there.
we were at a party and got broken up, and there was always a helicopter that broke it up, and everyone started running. And just the premises of the story is the helicopter followed us. So then I was like,
two biggest guys.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy's a lineman.
I was like, oh,
you're
screw
fucking
this.
Rob. There's probably two.
But we got away. We got away.
Scot-free.
It helped my skills. Help my football skills on the field.
So
if you can get away from a helicopter, you can get away from a defender. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is the closest I've ever came to shitting in my pants while playing in a football game. I've had to take plenty of shits before while playing the game, but that's when you go on, underneath the tunnel and you go inside real quick and you hit that bathroom that's super close. You know what I'm talking about, in the tunnel. Yeah. And then I just pull down my pants really quick and just take the quickest dump and have the worst wipe ever and wash my hands real quick. I probably still have poop all over my hands, and I put my hand back in the glove and I still catch the ball even with poopy hands. But that's probably the closest I ever got. But I have after games, I have ripped huge farts while playing, in games. And then after I've
that are juicy,
really, really juicy. And then I pull down my trousers and I'm like, oh shit, I got some serious poop stains on my trousers right now. So that's the closest.
Duck butter, Gronk.
That's the closest I've ever been to shitting my pants in a game.
You played through a back your whole career.
Yeah, back. I mean, I would say the biggest, injury that where I had to perform at a high level shows the last game I played for the New England Patriots, and what was that, Super Bowl 52, the 1 year MVP? What was it, 52 or 53?
53. 3.
It was. I just get all the Super Bowls confused.
Same.
Yeah, I just know. The
We're
team.
very blessed because we went to a lot.
I just know the team and what city it was in and what stadium. But that one, 53, year MVP, Super Bowl season, and I took that quad contusion.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and then like it was a quad contusion where 1,000 milliliters of blood got taken out. But by end of the game with 2 minutes left, I couldn't move my leg anymore. Like I maximized the amount of use I could get on it, and then the last 2 minutes on the final drive, I was blocking with one leg and just kind of throwing my shoulder into like Aaron Donald and like their defensive ends. It didn't look pretty, but it was a pretty job.
You made the fucking play of the game, bro.
I did. I made the play of the game with a quad contusion where I thought my leg was broken the whole entire game.
Dude,
Yeah.
they did it right after the game, right?
It was. I couldn't walk. I couldn't even sleep. I got 20 minutes of sleep that night. I couldn't walk for 4 weeks after that. I couldn't even put pants on. My quad was that thick.
Dude. Those contusions are brutal.
I wish I could get a contusion like that to my third leg and make that thing grow.
I always say, I'm like, Gronk partied hard. He played hard.
When was the first time you partied with Gronk?
First time I partied with Gronk was the first memorable party. We were always partying on the short bus.
Mm-hmm.
Before we even had it. The short bus was freaking awesome.
We sure were.
But
I wasn't on the short bus.
The first memorable party was, man, we're both.
what?
We're both in trouble. But I'm just saying,
No, I
when
was
you
on the
had
short
that
bus.
party at the house,
I had a party at the house.
and it had legit.
Yeah, it was legit a great atmosphere. It was.
Great atmosphere.
Yes, it was.
See where wants me
Great-
right out there.
great
Right there?
A lot of players
We can't
there.
talk about
but the
wild
best
party
part
with
about
Gronk.
it was like
Great
I only knew Rid a little bit, and I just remember like, oh shit, we need some help. Like we need some help here.
We need
like
backup.
Like we need backup. I called Rid and called Rid because I go Rid. I never know. We never hung out before, but we've been great friends in the locker room, all that. I go, but I need you at my house right now,
Now,
and
you
I
gotta
need you to
get
bring
here.
all the rookies that you can possibly bring because I need backup.
This is 100% true story. And when you walk in this house, I'm gonna easily say in one house there was 75 to 100 people that I did not know that were not my teammates.
It's when we were a little bit of a
Young kids.
Young bachelors.
maniacs.
Young bachelors.
Maniacs.
Young bachelors.
This guy wants to know what our favorite meal was after a game.
After a game?
And I would say whatever the spread was that the New England Patriots was providing, because after a game, you can bring your family and friends in, in like inside the tunnel to meet them after the game, to see your family and friends. And then they would have this huge spread the New England Patriots would provide. And there would be burgers, hot dogs, chicken tenders with barbecue sauce, ranch, honey mustard, whatever sauce you wanted with those chicken tenders. All tons of drinks that were lined up, as well.
They always had a
from.
southern kind of food. There was always like, because a lot of the guys come from the South. So there was brisket, there was fried chicken, there'd be like beans, and there'd be collard greens, and then they'd have like the whiter stuff. There'd be like broccoli and like chicken fingers and like roasted barbecue burgers and hot dog. So like they hit a little bit of everything. You had the soul food, and then you had like, the white food.
So, yeah. You got to hit both parties.
That's kind of true, right?
You got to hit both parties.
You gotta hit both.
The Patriots did not discriminate.
They did not discriminate
No.
on food.
So
Now the
would
quality
say-
of the food. No,
actually, yeah. You're right. The quality of this food was actually perfect for the quality that you wanted after a game.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
it was
It's-
comfort food.
Yeah, you don't want to try to eat like a Tom Brady meal after a football game. No, it's hard to put down, all the emotions, the hits. You want to put down a cheeseburger with ketchup and mayonnaise. But my favorite thing to do was take those chicken tenders and just dunk them in as much barbecue sauce that you possibly could and as much ranch or blue cheese that you possibly could. And that was my favorite go-to meal after a game was those chicken tenders.
Yeah. I remember Gronk usually would take like 4 boxes of the chicken fingers back to his house.
I would.
And like you would go to his house after the game, and there would be a spread of what we had a spread of at the post game. And Gronk like, hey guys, you want some chicken fingers? So I'd say the chicken fingers too, Rob.
Halloween status symbol.
He just went
Of
to a
just-
junkyard and got like a disastered car.
Putting in the graveyard everyone that you sacked. This guy is Mr. Halloween. That's because he's the scariest player to block on the field, Julian. It
Did you
makes
have to block
sense.
him?
I actually never blocked Myles Garrett, and I was just talking about this with Kyler. Shout out to Kyler about how I blocked so many of the legendary pass rushers still in the NFL today that are all established. Like you name them, name a couple big time pass rushers. Right? Just Joey Bosa, who's on the Buffalo Bills. Never blocked Nick Bosa. He was the only other one. Go, keep naming. Bonito's a young buck, like super young. I'm talking established guys that
Von
everyone
Miller.
knows their name. Von Miller, plenty of times.
Who else? Donald.
Aaron Donald, plenty of times. Face him plenty of times.
And you never got Myles Garrett?
My never faced
TJ Watt?
TJ Watt faced him plenty of times.
JJ Watt?
JJ Watt.
Hutchinson?
He's young buck.
Young
He's
buck.
Yeah, I was retired when he
Brian
came
Burns?
Yeah, I faced him when he was on Carolina when I was in Tampa. And he's a young buck, though. Max Crosby went against him. But Myles Garrett, he played while I was playing. That's one of the only pass rushers in the league right now that's very established that I never went against. And I'm kind of glad I never did.
Dude.
Yeah, I am super glad. I wouldn't want to go versus him. Why?
He looks like he's not human.
You want to know what's wild about Myles Garrett is just how big he is, how muscular he is. Usually those guys are dense, and you could tell that they're dense. He's very functional with how big he is. He's very fluid, with his strength. Usually when guys are that jacked, you're more robotic and you can just go up the field and you can't really bend and you can't really explode how you want to explode because nothing's working from A to Z because you're kind of clogged up with all that muscle.
Yeah.
This guy has all that muscle and he's super fluid.
Shout out to GQ.
Having Julian in it. Tom was on GQ. Just shout out to GQ for representing athletes because it's more of a brand for, like celebrities that are actors and models. But shout out to GQ for keeping the athletes going as well and putting us on the covers. Look at that, Jules. Look at me. Made of money. $100
Freaking
bill
Rob.
towel going across me. Abs were popping. The Gronk spikes were in full effect.
Look at the
Jack
Gronk,
Diesel
bro.
back in those days. Man, looking turned up. Turned up, baby.
Old Robbie G.
No, old Robbie G.
We didn't chirp you for this, did we?
No, you guys didn't chirp me for this, but I got chirped by Coach Belichick before.
Because we all thought he's cool. Fuck.
I was looking cool. You can't chirp a cool guy, Jules, all right? But I got chirped by Coach Belichick when I did the ESPN cover, when I had the kitty cats on my shoulder.
What'd Bill say?
We're warming up in practice. He goes, looking good with those kitty cats. It's all about the covers of ESPN and having cats as pets. It was right along those lines. But I was like, Coach, I'm going to dominate today. He's like, okay, fine. You're good to go then. I had a voicemail after I picked the University of Arizona of like some girl that night, I guess I gave my number to, like literally left a voicemail on my phone after I picked the Wildcats and was like, basically just told me how bad I messed up with my decision. Yeah. I'm not going to exactly say what the voicemail was, but I was like, this is incredible. I thought I was so cool. Yeah.
Ohio State.
Ohio State was awesome. Right there. I was hungover off apple juice there too. And that picture that went viral when I was in high school and took a visit there. I was definitely, a little apple juice.
Look at little Rob.
And
man.
I was at the game. Let me tell you, Ohio State, Clemson, you can't beat their facilities. You can't beat their organization. You can't beat the crowd. You can't beat their stadiums. But it just wasn't my fit. And if you know me personally, I'm not a guy that can get intrigued by that type of stuff. I'm a guy that sticks to my roots. The University of Arizona was where I belonged. I felt at home there. I felt like I could go there and play right away. And also at the same time, I knew if you did well enough, it was Division I, you're going to go to the NFL. Like there's guys going to the NFL at Arizona.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can get to the NFL still. So it wasn't like
It's still D1 program.
Yeah, D1. I wanted to, be part of a team that turned it around. I like Coach Stoops. Ohio State, though, I was blown away about everything. But at the same time, I was like, I can have all this if I make it to the NFL.
And you did?
Yeah, and I did.
Did you almost get kicked out of Arizona at all?
I never really have. We got in a couple big fights.
Yeah.
That was I would probably say that was the closest to getting kicked, off the team.
Yeah.
But there was a big, huge fight. There was like 10 guys
Same.
involved. Like I got brought in like 3 days later by the police officer that was investigating it. And he was actually on our side. And literally I didn't even open my mouth. I didn't tattletale on anyone. I was like, I don't even know what fight you're talking about. And he's like, no, I'm here for you. I'm on your guys' side. But still, I'm like, I don't know, man. I was just walking by, and I don't really remember much.
Gronk, no rat.
Yeah, no rat. Stick to the roots.